Okay, so I'm going to talk about adjective clause. So as you can see here, adjective clause, also called as a relative clause. There are three requirements. First, it will contain a subject and a verb. And then it will begin with a relative pronoun, like who, whom, whose, that, or which is what you have heard on, in the previous slides about the noun clause. Or it begins with a relative adverb, which is when, where, or why. Finally, it will function as an adjective, always, answering the question what kind, how many, or which one. The adjective clause will follow one of these patterns. So for the first one, relative pronoun or adverb, it always goes together with a subject and a verb. And also a relative pronoun as subject, or it goes with a verb only. So, for example, I'm going to write some examples. Like, here. Whose big brown eyes greeted for another cookie. Wait, I got this ready. Okay, so as you can see here, it begins with the relative pronoun, which is whose, and then it goes together with wait. It goes together with the subject. So this is the relative pronoun. This is the subject. And pleaded is the verb. So as I explained it before, the relative pronoun whose, it goes together with subject and a verb. Like that. Okay, another example. Let me think. That bounce across the floor. Kitchen floor. Okay. As you can see here, it starts with the relative pronoun. It goes together with the verb. So the relative pronoun, as I mentioned before, the other pattern, it goes together with the verb bounce. Okay, so these are two patterns that I've explained before. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do another example using the who relative pronoun. Okay, who seven hours after Okay. Same thing as this pattern. The relative pronoun, it goes together with this verb. So, relative pronoun plus the verb. Okay, understand now? Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, for the adjective clause, it's a muscle, like it's always encouraged to avoid writing a sentence fragment. Adjective clause does not express as a complete thought, so that means the adjective clause cannot stand alone as a sentence. So you must connect each adjective clause to a main clause. Okay, so for example, we're going to do another example here. Okay, like Diane felt manipulated by her vehicle. Santana. Who's big? Brown eyes. Needed for another cookie. Okay, as you can see there, Diane felt manipulated by her vehicle Santana. So this part, you can. This is where the adjective clause comes. So it's like an extra information to the main clause. Yeah. So Diane felt manipulated by her vehicle. Santana is the main clause, and then this sentence, it follows the word to describe it. So yeah, this is the adjective clause. And then I can write another example to make it more clear. Hopefully you understand that. Chewing with her mouth open is one reason why Fred cannot sitting across from his sister Melanie. Okay, so in this case, chewing with her mouth open is one reason. The main clause, it comes, so the why, the relative, this why it modifies the reason. So it's an extra information, this is where adjective clause comes. Yeah? So, understand? Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Wait. But before we go back to to the thing, the PowerPoint. Just make sure that you have to notice that the adjective clause always follows the word that it describes. Okay? Okay, next. Okay. Punctuate an adjective clause correctly. First, it says that punctuating adjective clause can be tricky. So note that it is tricky. For each sentence, you will have to describe if the adjective clause is essential or non-essential, and then use commas accordingly, like what we did with the example before, that we used which, the relative pronoun which, and before the which we put the comma. Yeah, that modifies the word before that. Okay. Second, essential clauses do not require commas. Like the example here. The reason why Fred cannot stand sitting across from his sister Melanie, you notice that there is no comma here. So that means this sentence is, this clause is an essential clause, which is you do not need comma in that sentence. An adjective clause is essential when you need the information it provides. Okay, there's more examples.
My battery's low.
Okay, there's more examples. I'm going to do. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. The vegetables. The people leave uneaten, are often the most nutritious. Yeah. Okay. Notice that in this sentence, vegetables is not is a non-specific. Yeah. So to know which one we're talking about, we must have the information in the adjective clause. So you can notice as well that in this sentence, the adjective clause. It didn't. We didn't use comma in this one, so it's an essential. Like it does not require it in this kind of sentence. Okay. Okay. We eliminate vegetables and choose a more specific noun instead. The adjective clause becomes non-essential and does not require commas to separate it from the rest of the sentence, as shown in this example. So because we eliminate vegetables, and choose a more specific noun instead, then the adjective clause, it becomes a non-essential. That's why we don't use comma in this sentence. Okay, so have any questions? You understand? Okay. Okay. So make sure you understand the difference between the essential clause and the non-essential clause, in order for you to know when to put when to follow. Can you go back to the other one? In order for you to note like to understand when to follow the pattern where it shows here. Where it shows in this one. Yeah, so you have to understand how or when to put the comma, like how you tell the non-essential clause or the essential clause. So you have to study this pattern. It's simple. Relative pronoun or adverb, it goes together with the subject and the verb. Yeah. And then the other one is a pronoun as subject that goes together with a verb. And also you have to know, you have to really understand, I mean, like, you have to know that you don't have like the adjective clause cannot stand by itself, you know. It cannot stand alone as a sentence. So you cannot make your own sentence in your writing using or like starting from the adjective clause, because that will make that will form a fragment.
6%.
Okay, so you remember you must connect each adjective clause to a main clause. Okay, understand now? Any questions? Ask me on the comments. Thank you.